The Black Pope's Bible, LaVey's Book of Leviathan, Enochian Keys that open real gates. What if the most dangerous book ever written wasn't scrawled by medieval monks in candle smoke, but printed in 1969 by a carnival showman turned high priest of hell? 19 ancient incantations, in a language older than humanity, designed to summon forces that make angels weep and demons dance. Imagine Anton LaVey, the Black Pope himself, alone in the ritual chamber of his San Francisco Victorian mansion at midnight, voice rising in guttural syllables that crack mirrors, flare candles, and leave witnesses fleeing in terror. These are the Enochian Keys from the Book of Leviathan, the final forbidden section of the Satanic Bible. Chants allegedly dictated to 16th century magician John Dee by non-human intelligences. And now, in 2025, newly leaked LaVey ritual tapes and Church of Satan insider testimony claim the keys and actually work. One participant swears a candle turned blue and whispered his childhood nickname. Another fled screaming after the walls bled. A third vanished the next day, never seen again. Are these the same keys the CIA studied in MKUltra? The same keys used by NASA's Jack Parsons to open a desert portal? Or did LaVey, the ultimate showman, finally meet something that refused to take a bow? Strap in as we descend into the Book of Leviathan, line by line, syllable by syllable, because once you hear these words spoken aloud, there's no closing the gate. The angelic tongue that terrified John Dee, 1584, Mortlake, England. Queen Elizabeth's court astrologer John Dee and medium Edward Kelly sit before a black obsidian mirror. A voice, not human, erupts in a language of fire and starlight, Enochian. For 7 years, angels, or something wearing their faces, dictate 19 keys, each a 19 by 19 grid of letters, read backward, unlocking the 4 watchtowers of creation. Dee's diary entry, April 1584. The spirit Avi appeared as a column of flame. The words burned my hand as I wrote, I fear we have opened what should remain shut. The original manuscript, Liber Loagaeth, was locked in a lead box at the British Museum until 2023. When opened in 2025 for digitization, conservators found actual scorch marks on key 6 and show blood droplets on key 19. Chemical analysis, 16th century human blood plus sulfur. Dee never chanted the full keys aloud again, but Anton LaVey did. LaVey's Luciferian rewrite, From Angelic Hymns to Infernal Commands. 1969, The Black House, San Francisco. LaVey takes Dee's angelic keys and flips the script. Where Dee wrote God of Justice, LaVey writes Satan, ruler of earth. Where Dee begged mercy, LaVey demands power, lust, destruction, compassion on command. He records himself chanting them in a voice like grinding gravel. Tapes hidden for 50 years, leaked in 2025 by a former church magister. Listen at your peril. Harabitaru 3. Lust. LaVey's voice drops to a growl. Female participant begins moaning uncontrollably. Key 6. Destruction. Candles flare. A glass shatters off camera. Key 19. Master key. Tape ends in static, then a whisper not in LaVey's voice. We are here. The keys in action. Real rituals, real results. 2025 whistleblower Magister X, identity protected, was present at a 1970 private rite. LaVey chanted Key 18 for compassion on a dying member. The man recovered overnight, against all medical odds. But the next week, LaVey's favorite Alsatian dropped dead. He laughed and said, balance restored. Another initiate, 1972. Key 6 for vengeance against a rival occultist. 3 weeks later, the man died in a freak electrical fire. LaVey just smiled and said, the keys never miss. The most chilling? A 1975 recording where LaVey chants, Key 19. The master key that opens all gates. The tape ends with a sound like tearing metal, then 40 seconds of silence, followed by a child's voice whispering, Daddy? LaVey's daughter Zena was 12 at the time. She was not in the room. The intelligence connection, CIA, NASA, and the keys. 2025 declassified CIA Stargate files confirm. 1978 memo. Enochian phonemes produce theta-state brainwave entrainment in 38 seconds, faster than any known hypnosis. Project MKUltra. Sub-Project 94. Experimented with LaVey's keys for enhanced interrogation. Then Jack Parsons, NASA JPL co-founder, Crowley disciple, used modified keys in the 1946 Babylon working. Same night UFO sightings spiked over Los Angeles. Was LaVey a CIA asset, or was the agency watching him? If these forbidden frequencies have you hearing whispers in the static, subscribe to Behind the Veil Truths. Next week we release the full 1975 Key 19 tape with expert analysis. You'll want headphones and maybe a crucifix. The Unspoken Key, what LaVey never published. Here's the 2025 bombshell. LaVey wrote a 20th key, never printed. His private grimoire, auctioned in 2023, contains it in his own hand. The final call that binds the 19 and opens the outer void. Only 3 people ever heard it chanted. 2 are dead. The third, still alive. And he's talking. The Black Pope is gone. But the keys, they're still turning. If this abyss is staring back, subscribe to Behind the Veil Truths. We'll keep feeding it forbidden knowledge, one infernal revelation at a time. The next key is already whispering your name. Are you ready to answer?